G'day everyone. I thought while I've got the truck up doing some other work, a lot of people ask me about this 3-link setup, and I keep saying I'm going to do a walk around. So time to do a walk around, I guess. The front diff that I've used is a Dana 44 out of a K10 Chevy, I think it was. Then we've heavily trussed that, as you can see. Ignore that I've got the air leaker disconnected at the moment. So as you can see, big difference to most of you guys' trucks is mine's right-hand drive, so everything's opposite to what you're looking at. Big thing that we wanted to do geometry wise is make sure that both our drag link and panhard are the exact same length. So you can see that we've outboarded that to make sure that we can get the same length and running at the same angle. So that just helps us with bump steer, make sure we don't get a lot of bump steer. Coming around here, you'll see that we've got the hydro bump stop. That's not gassed up at the moment, but when that's gassed, that's a 3-inch travel bump stop. Then we've got the triple bypass 16-inch shock. Currently, I've got to come up with a better system, and I've still scratched my head, but currently the remote res sits up there. That's actually what I'm playing around with at the moment. That's why I've got another one sitting here. Then we've got a 2.5 triple bypass, coil over 16-inch travel. Base spring is a 350, and the top one we're just changing to a 200. I had a 150 in there, it's just not enough, so getting a little bit of sag with it. But unfortunately they sent me the wrong springs. Found that out after I pulled one of the coilovers out. So when you get parts, check the box before you pull your truck apart. That would be some advice I'd give you. As you can see, the 3-link setup is all long arm, custom lower arms. I can't take the credit for the arms. You see the JW there, which is Jeremy Wells or Jez Weld. You can see an absolute work of art. Got the hangers up here. So we get a monster amount of travel out of this setup. A lot of bracing, a lot of work gone into this. So if you've seen the video of my first SAS, the level of work that's gone into this one is insane. I've got a lot of oil leaking under here at the moment because the seal on the transfer case is gone, so I'm just waiting on another one to turn up. But as you can see, the cross members, factory cross members are all gone. We've got this counter-levered transmission here, and it is braced. You'll see there's a pipe going across there, and then that plate that covers the transfer case is also part of the structure that supports the back of the trans there. The tail shaft, obviously slip. I've just got this one in with a high clearance, with the double carbon high clearance. I had a 1310 in there. It didn't survive. It broke. Couldn't handle the amount of flex that it needed. So it's coming back out under here. The towers go all the way through the reinforced chassis rail, and the towers cut through into the engine bay, meaning that there's no space at all. I'll just come up here. There's no space at all for the batteries in the factory position. So the batteries had to go away, and they're now down the back of the car. You'll see the alternator relocation up the top. There was actually space underneath for the alternator, but I like to run it up high so it doesn't get covered in mud and filth and ultimately fail. So there's crossbar there. That's just to strengthen the whole setup, give it a little bit more rigidity, make sure it's the suspension that is flexing and not the chassis. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, write it down in the comments, and I'll try and answer them as best I can. As you can see at the moment, I'm just testing to put both of those remote reservoirs up in that position. They're right up out of the way there. I had thought about putting them in the engine bay on that bar that you saw going across the cross brace, but there's a lot of heat in there, and I think the last thing you want for a shock is heat. That's what you're trying to get rid of. So not a great idea to have all that heat, or have them in a place with all that heat. So up here seems to be good. I just got to make a bracket that's a bit nicer, that's going to have that work a bit better. The steering box, same as the first SAS that I did, which is a Nissan Patrol GU 104 box. I will be drilling and tapping that and putting on Hydro Assist. It's sitting on the shelf. I'll get round to it when I can. Got a fair few other things that are getting done at the moment, but there you go. That's the 3-link setup. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Off-road's unreal. On-road, pretty good. You know, passed a swerve test for engineering without a sway bar in it, and that's down to the tunability of the shocks, really. You know, we could knock the rebound right off and you know, have it handling pretty much like a go-kart. So yeah, a lot of adjustability in that front end. So that's the 3-link SAS on HSV H3, and that's how the monster gets all its flex. Again, any questions, put them down in the comments. If you like these videos and these type of videos, like, subscribe, and when we're bringing out new ones, you'll get them first. Thanks a lot. Alright, guys, I forgot a couple of things, I guess, and save the questions later. The diff center is an ARB diff center, air locker. The axles are RCV axles. The gearing is 513. They're Yukon gears, and that seems to hold it all together. I have gone to having my front uni, just keeping them small. I'd rather have a uni as a fusible link, so if anything's going to break, hopefully it's the uni, and not more expensive bits to fix. But since going to the RCV, I haven't had any real troubles with the front end. Before that, you know, breaking some stub axles and you know, having a few issues with some breakages, but since the RCVs and the solid pucks, no issues at all. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I hope some of that information's helpful to you. And again, if you have any questions, just put them down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.